guys, it's Andy and I'm here to bring you all things mundane and makeup related. If that's your vibe, I'd love it if you'd subscribe to be part of my little slice of the internet. And in today's video, bingo of shame time. This is the Cosmic Brushes Serenity palette. And if you want to see how we get this look using this palette, let's get into it. Alright, hello guys. Today we're doing our bingo of shame with the Cosmic Beauty Serenity palette. You already saw the look in the intro, but in case you don't know, this again is what the palette looks like. And if you don't know anything about this project, it was created by me and DW at Dub's Beauty Diary. She'll be listed in the description box. And this is round 2, and this is more community driven. So we had all of our round 1 participants pick our palettes to be in the wheel for the bingo of shame. If DW and I don't have the palette, we have to dupe the vibes. I actually went on Mercari and bought this palette because I had never tried Cosmic Beauty and I've heard just great things, and I think this color story is gorgeous. So I went online and bought this palette, which is not the goal of what we should be doing, but it's fine. You are to post on the 16th of the month, use 5 to 8 shades from the palette, depending on your comfortability, the size of the palette, and whatnot. And yeah, if you don't have the palette and want to dupe the vibes of the color story that we are using, feel free to do so. Just use hashtag bingo of shame, whatever, medium you're posting on, Instagram, YouTube, what have you. And if you want to be more in the know, you can join our group chat over on Instagram. Just comment that you'd like to do that on either mine or DW's video, and we can get you added in. So, I will be showing you the number picks for the shades. I went with 5 shades for this one. 5 to 7, 8 is like my sweet spot. So you're seeing those now. And while that's going up, I'm going to prime my eye with my Julep Shadow Stick so that that is done. And then we'll swatch them. I like my color story. I do think that it's coherent. I am a little mad that I didn't get the coral, but it ends up being okay because Caitlin House's Throwback Thursday is using this palette this week. So I'm going to do another look with this palette this week. And I'm going to use that Blasted Coral. Alright, so let's see. So the first shade we got was shade number 15, which is the shade Mood, which is this deep dark blue. Boom. Then we got shade number 19, so 15. That's the shade Echo. They're so velvety, which is this lighter blue. Boom. Then we got shade number 7, which is the shade River, which is like a denim blue. Almost teal. And then we got shade number 9, which is the shade Spring, which is the mint, which I'm very excited for because I'm in my mint era. And last but not least, we finally got a shimmer, and we got shade number... I literally was like, give me shade number 1, and the panning gods did, and that is the shade Opal, which is my birthstone. So that is our color story. So we're going to start with this light blue, go into the mint, go into the like tealy blue, go into the dark blue. And I'm either going to put this all over the lid, or I'm going to put it on the inner corner. Haven't decided. But let's start with the shade Echo and see what we're working with. Because like I said, this is my first time trying the brand. So I'm very excited. I might do the mint on the inner corner and do opal all over the lid. This is a pretty shade. I like this tone of blue. I can't wait for you guys to see the color story that I'm going to do for the Throwback Thursday with this palette. Because like I said, I'm using the coral and I'm very excited for what I'm going to do. But I think people have gotten, like, just from the couple looks that I've seen in the group chat already, people have gotten such different looks. It's kind of wild how versatile this palette is, in my opinion. That is a beautiful blue. Okay, so then I'm going to go into River gently, because I don't know how pigmented this blue is going to be. And we still have to deepen it up with that dark blue, so I don't want to get it too out of control. I've been up since midnight. I am sleeping better, but it really just depends on the day. I had my first virtual psych appointment, because basically the way my psychiatrist's office works is every other appointment can be virtual. So this was my first virtual appointment. And they do that just so that they can really try to get you in every 3 months. Which I love that. Because especially as we get into the burr months, therapist's office, psychiatrist's office, it gets a little more busy. If you didn't know, people get more depressed, you know, seasonal depression, just people with depression in general, you get more depressed as the sun goes away. So, gorgeous. Just gonna take a little bit more of Echo to blend out those edges. Okay, and then I'm gonna take, that's the shade Mood. So we upped my depression medication from 2 milligrams to 5 milligrams. I'm on the tiniest of tiny doses. Ooh, this deep dark blue is pigmented. Okay. Put that there. And then we added an anxiety medication, finally. Because that's what I wanted. Because, so for most people, your anxiety is caused by your depression. But for me, I personally feel, and there is a select amount of people where your depression is the root of your depression, like obviously from trauma and things like that, but it's triggered by your anxiety. Because I am anxious all day, every day, without fail. My brain goes to worst case scenarios all day. It is exhausting. So, we finally put me on an anxiety med. But it's called propranolol, and it's actually a blood pressure medication. Because if you didn't know, there are a bunch of medications that have alternate effects. So, it's an extended release medication. So, unlike my other blood pressure meds that I take in the afternoon that are rapid, and like as soon as they hit my stomach and, you know, they release, they work. This one, I take this one in the morning and it releases slowly over the whole day. That's how extended release medications work. The whole point of taking this is because I get panic attacks. So when I get anxious, I get flushed, my heart races, my breathing gets more sporadic. Not everyone who gets anxious feels that way, and so that's why they put me on this, because my blood pressure is going higher because of that. So, but I had to call my doctor because I'm already on blood pressure medication because I have high blood pressure. So I had to tell my doctor about it, and they just wanted me to monitor my blood pressures at home for a week to make sure that they weren't dropping too low because of this medication. Because if they were, then my primary doctor was going to lower my other blood pressure meds. So pretty. So that's what we're looking like. I'm gonna add the mint, and then we'll do the shimmer. So, let's get the mint. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it in and down. I'm gonna really get the mint in there. That's pretty. And then I'm gonna take some NYX Glitter Glue for my lid, for that opal shade. Just for this, like, right here. Okay, let's do this. And this shade is so soft and silky. I could not have gotten a better color story at random. I am so happy with it. Boom. That is all I'm going to do. So I'm going to go run off real fast, do my other side. I'm doing Natasha Denona taupe, my What's Up Beauty mascara. And then I don't know, I'm probably going to do my Melt Earthling lipstick because that's my cool tone lip that I'm working on, but I don't know. I haven't decided yet. What is in my eyeball? Nothing. I just keep poking myself with little fuzzies. So I'm going to do that. It'll be right 1 second for you guys, but then we can talk about the palette and roll for next month's, but it'll be a minute for me. Alright, we are all finished, so here's the look. I did end up using Melt Earthling. So there was the color story, and here's the look I created. I love this. I think this palette was absolutely stunning. It was a joy to work with. I can't wait to use it again on Thursday. So let's go ahead and just roll for September. And as I said, you'll be seeing it on the screen, because I don't have this palette, so I can't show you. But if you do not have this palette, then you feel free to dupe it as well. It is the ColourPop So Jaded. So that will be the September palette. You have till September 16th. Well, you have on September 16th to post that. that is going to do it for this month's Bingo of Shame. I hope you guys enjoyed. I loved this palette. I'm so happy I went on Mercari and picked this guy up. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.